everybody. It is a true honor. Let me introduce our next keynote speaker before we invite them on the dais. Ladies and gentlemen, it is our great honor to welcome our esteemed chief guest, His Excellency Ambassador KP Fabian. A distinguished diplomat, Ambassador Fabian served the Indian Foreign Service with exceptional distinction over 3 decades, representing India in several key diplomatic assignments, including as ambassador to Italy and Qatar. Throughout his illustrious career, he played a significant role in strengthening India's international relations and foreign policy. Following his diplomatic service, Ambassador Fabian has continued to contribute as a respected author and international affairs expert, sharing valuable insights on global diplomacy, geopolitics, and public policy. His vast experience and profound understanding of world affairs have made him one of India's most respected voices on international relations. Today, we are privileged to have such an accomplished statesman grace the Indian Icon Awards and Education Awards 2026. His remarkable journey of leadership, diplomacy, and public service is truly an inspiration to us all. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in extending a warm and heartfelt welcome to our esteemed chief guest, His Excellency Ambassador KP Fabian. We are honored to have you here. Thank you so much, sir, for joining in.
Thank you, Dipanshi, for sharing us your infinite energy. You have certainly energized and ignited us. Dear friends, Tommy, Colonel Bahel, Professor Shubharajan, Mr. Vivek Atre, and Dr. Parvati, and dear friends. Well, it's a great honor to be with you and a pleasure. Now, we are here to honor those who deserve to be honored. They did not ask for it, did they? No. But it is our honor. It honors us to honor them. They did not run after any award. Now, what we see here is meritocracy. Just as in FIFA, we found meritocracy. Look at Cape Verde. Population 530,000. Thank you. Can you all hear me? And it drew with Spain. Population 49.7. Now, Dr. Parvati will calculate and tell us it's 100 times. Correct? So that is meritocracy. And that's how it should be. Not only in FIFA, but everywhere. Now, I have 1 or 2 thoughts to share with you. Where is India in FIFA? Well, we should do something about it. Now, we also know that Japan has a scheme to win the FIFA Cup in the year, can you guess? 2050. That is a Japanese way of doing things. Of course, their Prime Minister, is she still here? Or anyway, she was here. I remember way back in Colombo, where I was Deputy High Commissioner, that was 79-82. I should repeat, 1979. And I had a chat with the Japanese ambassador. So, among other things, he told me that they have got a scenario building for the year 2000. Of course, as we all know, scenario building started with Shell and other companies, hydrocarbon. Anyway, so we need a little more scenario building in India. Now, do we have it? We, of course, have Viksit Bharat by 2047, which makes very good sense. But let me ask you a question. By 2047, what sort of relations do we want to have, hope to have with our neighbors? Do you have a plan for that? I'm afraid, of course, I'm sure External Affairs Ministry is much smarter than when I was there. But I'm afraid there doesn't seem to be a plan. And the other day, the defense minister said, we shall split Pakistan into 4 parts. Now, not a bad idea, except who will have the nuclear weapons? Lashkar-e-Toiba? Is that what we want? So, we have to be careful in making public statements. And the same minister said that Pakistan's nuclear weapons should be taken over by the IAEA. Now, I had spent some time as the alternate representative to the IAEA. Well, I had gone through the charter. IAEA cannot accept anybody's nuclear weapons. So once again, public statements in India should be made with some thought. And this applies also to President Donald Trump, because his public statements quite often come in the way of what he says he wants. He says he wants peace with Iran. But then he also says, oh, we have destroyed them, the Air Force, the Navy, and we can destroy them again. So, my thought for your consideration, public statements should be made with due reflection, not in a hurry, and not based on ignorance or arrogance, because a combination of ignorance and arrogance can be quite toxic. Now, I mentioned about Trump. Well, let us felicitate the United States for the 250th anniversary. Because when they declared independence, 4th of July, 1776, that was a great moment in history, one of the brightest moments in history. Let me read the opening words. We hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men, of course, it includes women, but that was the style of writing. Though it took a long time for women to get votes, so it is not only style of writing. That all men are created equal, that they are endowed by their Creator with certain inalienable rights, that among these are life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. Has the United States been true to its declaration? How many of you think that the United States has been true to its declaration? Raise your hand. Good. So there is scope for improvement. There is scope for change. So change makers, please make sure that the message goes to the United States. Now, America has done a lot of good. And I wouldn't say a good deal of bad, I will say a bad deal of bad. AID, US AID, millions of lives have been saved. Now, of course, they have closed it down. Well, they should correct that mistake and open it up. Now, the wars. America has, since 1945, started or participated in more wars than any other country. It is more than 100. But then, look at American jazz. Great creation. Cinema. And 2 billion Coca-Cola bottles are opened every day. Look at the Coca-Colaization of the world. So, is Coca-Cola good? Well, I will leave it to Dr. Parvati to tell us whether the sugar there is toxic or not. Now, they have a heat wave in the United States. And you know that they had planned the salute to independence, a big program at Philadelphia. It had to be cancelled or postponed because of the heat wave. Now, do you think President Trump will get the message? He has been denying climate change as a scientific fact. Well, let us send a message, loud and clear, to the rest of the world that climate change is real and something has to be done about it. Now, India, great progress since independence. What was the life expectancy in 1950? 35, 41. Now, 71, 72.7. Doubled. Wonderful. And literacy. And even in GDP, we have a high place now. But let us dig deeper. GDP per capita, $2,813. Sri Lanka, $5,003. Bangladesh, slightly above India. So, we have to do something about it. And as we all know, per capita income is no indicator of the situation of the people, the human condition. Because, thank God, we have some billionaires. How many? 300. Not bad, provided there can be more Premjis among them. You know, they have a responsibility. Now, philanthropy is something which is, what shall I say, inborn in us. And let's all promote that. Now, I could go on, but we have a good many great speakers to follow. I am looking at my good friend. We made friends with each other only a couple of minutes ago, but I feel that I have met you for a long time. Vivek and, of course, Professor Shubharajan and Dr. Parvati, and I am sure there are names which I don't have, but Dibanshi has. So thank you so much. It has been a great honor, and all the very best to the young change makers.